is billed as the ultimate sports podcast.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
Everybody has been waiting.
I'm God gifted.
He's a bull. I'm the matador.
This is the Weekend Guy Podcast, and it begins now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to channel, welcome back to show, welcome back to Weekend Guy Podcast with the Sihle guys. I'm the Weekend Guy and next to me is
Sihle, and welcome to our followers, our subscribers. If you got a friend, tell a friend, like and join and welcome guys. It's been a good week and a good start to the week. I'm very, very happy and excited for today's show.
It's actually shaping up to be another demand to our president of a public holiday.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's beginning to look like public holiday vibes coming up with our national soccer team, Bafana Bafana,
Yes, sir.
doing us proud yesterday night, mate.
Hey man, it's been good. You know, they say good things come in threes.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the Springboks as champions. We've got Drikkers as a champ. Now we've got Bafana in waiting. You know, last night's performance was amazing and it was so nice to see the whole country behind them. And this morning they were trending and was such positive vibes everywhere I went.
Talk about training, mate. We've got
Yeah.
them. We've got quite a few clips on our TikTok page, guys.
Yes.
It's just called the Weekend Guy Podcast. Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
If you type in Weekend Guy Podcast, I think the profile picture is about the four of us.
Yeah.
Host of the shows. So there, I went in on the Bafana vibes on the TikTok. I went in hard.
Nice.
So if you guys want to see what we put through there as supporting the boys, please go through to our TikTok page. You guys will see everything there. But speaking of the game,
Yeah.
I was in an unfortunate scenario of missing out on the game due to, I wouldn't say load shedding because it was a technical fault on our neighborhood.
Oh,
Maybe a
okay,
transformer blew or something like that, but
Yeah.
out of power the whole night. I only saw in the morning when I woke up that we had won. I logged into my Twitter and checked. But if you caught the game, mate, did you catch the game?
Man, I did. You know, more than anything else, it was a breakdown of past experience played a big role, right? Whereby the players are used to being at that stage.
So the Sundowns players.
Indeed. So the past experience from the Sundowns players played a pivotal role, but the first half was cagey. You know,
Okay.
Both teams were showing each other a lot of respect. You know, because bear in mind, when we played recently against Morocco, we beat them.
Yeah, we beat them in
You
the
know,
TV, yeah.
so that also was probably in the back of their minds when we've played Wydad before they knew what time it was, especially the experience of playing against Sundowns.
Yeah.
So it wasn't new teams coming
Together,
face
yeah.
to face. Yeah. So the first half was very cagey. You know, you could tell everyone was sticking to their tactics and both teams were well coached and drilled in, but you cannot be tactically disciplined for 90 minutes. It's all about taking those opportunities when they present themselves. And fortunately, we struck the first blow. You know,
Talk about the first
that
blow. Talking
opened
about
up
the
the
first
game.
blow before you go any further.
Yeah.
Was that an offside? I'm just asking.
According to VAR, it wasn't. So
According to your own naked eye, that was a very tight call.
it was very tight, and I'm so happy in this instance that VAR is at Afcon, but also props to to CAF and the reffing department.
Yeah.
They have been spot on with VAR, and the experience with it is what the whole world and especially the EPL envies, because it is straight, it's precise, the information is given to the ref and a decision is made. You know, there are not multiple angles and you're checking for 5 minutes and it's contentious, but no, VAR has been on point and we were vindicated with that call yesterday, and Moroco was very cool and calm.
What a
playing.
finish, though.
Yeah, so good, good. I was so proud of him.
For me, obviously, I don't know the players that well in terms of the striking department. Obviously, if I thought number 9, if I think for number 9 for Bafana Bafana would have been Lyle Foster.
Yes.
Due to his injuries and to his mental
Health, yeah.
problems and stuff like that. Moroco, where does he come from? He's a Pirates
yeah.
striker, apparently. right?
Orlando Pirates guy. But I think in the system where he fits in very well is he has that role of being the lone striker who holds up the ball and then allows the quicker guys, the more skillful guys like Dao, Zwane
to play around him.
To play around him, you know. But yesterday he started off very shaky, you know. He wasn't holding up play. Or as my friends were saying earlier, his role is to stay in the kitchen, which is that 18-yard area, and keep the two central defenders busy.
Occupied.
Yeah. In the previous matches, he executed that very well. But obviously, the higher or the deeper we go into the competition, the better the quality of players.
But that was proper finishing.
Yes.
That was clean.
So with him, the one opportunity he got, he made it count, because he didn't have too many opportunities to showcase his talent. Yeah. But I think looking back at the game, you cannot fault him because he played his role. Yeah. He played his role. Like he was good. He was good.
So you're saying Bafana
executed the game plan very well, and Mahopa played his role. And obviously, when you go 1-0 up in knockout football, as the opponent, you're forced to attack. Yeah. You know, so Morocco started pressing. The game did open up. And look, we were very fortunate because we did concede
a penalty.
A penalty. And looking back, right, when Hakimi stepped up to take it, 9 times out of 10, you would have backed him to score because if we recall against... I think Spain, if not... I think it was Spain in the World Cup when they went to penalties. He had the responsibility of scoring the last penalty.
The winning one.
Yes. And he had such composure to chip and do the Baneka to send Morocco through. So it's someone who's experienced and has a cool, calm head in situations like that. But I guess the World Cup's the World Cup. And this is Afcon.
Afcon is Afcon.
Yeah, man. And when he went for the top and it hit the crossbar and went over. Yeah. You know, the footballing gods were there. They were saying, South Africa, this is your time. This is your time. And then, you know, football is a funny sport. Like they always say, it will kill you a very slow death. Yeah, mate. You know? And there they go and concede a free kick, as well as a red card on top of that.
Yeah. Tell me now, on the red card, the defender got sent off. Isn't he a Man U guy?
He is.
The Man U guy.
It was bittersweet, yeah.
Like, it's so weird. It's I'm not about he's a Man U. Yeah. Tenek is buying bullshit though, let's be honest. No, Tenek is buying.
We need to
Tenek
focus.
Is buying bullshit.
We need to focus. This is Afcon. This is not EPL.
Yeah, Mara is supposed to show that. Anyway, moving on from that one. Yeah. Tell me about the structural play of Bafana Bafana. If you remember 2 episodes back when we discussed the first game, or the first game, or 3 episodes back, I said to you that the build-up from the back, the guys had the game plan. Remember I said to you that the link, the only weakness was actually moving the ball fast enough from the back to the midfielders and then getting into the attackers. Yes. So yesterday, how was the whole... Because okay, let me not interrupt you before let me finish first. They've got this game plan of getting the ball. So I would call it more of a position-based football kind of game. I think that's what Mamelodi Sundowns plays, if I stand to be corrected. Yeah. But sometimes execution becomes very, very slow. Moving the ball quick enough to the front line. How was it yesterday?
It was definitely a lot better than the Mali game. The team has grown in confidence the deeper the tournament goes.
Has gone,
I think there's a self-sense of belief that they belong. And also it then goes back to the beliefs that Hugo Bruce has instilled over the last year and a half working with the
confidence.
boys. Yeah. Because sometimes
slow approach.
Yeah, sometimes you have the ability but not the belief. Yeah. And you can tell that the boys have a belief. But a difference is Mvala has come in.
Yes, Mvala,
and replaced Ukulu.
No. Mvala and Kulu were there in the first game.
Yes.
Ukulu is replaced by the other guy.
Kekan.
Yeah, because Ukulu was the one that was...
So sorry, apologies. Yeah. So there's a new centre-back pairing and they're more comfortable playing together.
Are they Sundowns as well?
Yes.
So that's a difference. I think Ukulu is super sport, ne?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was the weak link in that Mali game.
So that change has given confidence to the team because when the two centre backs and the goalkeeper play together, there's an understanding there. So the foundation was very solid, but I think more than anything else, a relationship that has blossomed throughout the tournament is Sihle as well as Mokoena.
Yeah.
The more they've played together, the more comfortable they are.
So Sihle was another one in that first game. So he's actually coming better because I don't know, in that first game he seemed kind of slow. But apparently in this game he was actually beasting.
Yes. And he's got the unfortunate role of doing the dirty work and not being seen. But he laid a very good foundation because for two PSL players to nullify Amrabat.
Which
that says a lot.
team does he play for?
I'm not sure. I must just double check on my notes.
Do you think we're losing Magwan?
Look, they should
lose him to a European team because he's just too good.
Out of the teams, or out of the team that's currently playing, he's put his hand up to be like, yo guys, I think my time in the PSL is limited
done now.
And Sundowns better not be greedy with the price tag.
Nah, it's time to move on because his European bound is too good.
Indeed. But I think also then more questions are being asked regarding our superstar player Percy Tau Uguti. Which game is he gonna rock up and dominate?
Oh, okay.
Because we've only seen glimpses, but not enough.
Not enough of him to
knowing his talent and his experience.
Because he's got the thing now, and which I don't like of him, the
Trying
turn.
to do too much.
Turn. So he gets the ball. So sometimes if he will look for the inside pass. And that's his game plan. At Al Ahly, they're so used to playing with him now that they're able to put in the runs. To support what he does.
Yes.
I think for us as well, Bafana Bafana is just getting used to him. You know that he's gonna get the ball. Either it turns in or it turns out, but you never know. That's Pesitao for you. He's a puzzle.
And that's why I'm saying we are waiting for the game where he's gonna domonate because Mandla Zwane has given us a man of the match performance. Temba Zwane, thank you for the correction. As well as Tebogo Mokoena now. And those are players you earmarked at the beginning of the tournament to say, hey, watch these guys. So Percy Tau, the Cape Verde game, it's your time.
But Tebogo Mokoena is proper though.
He is.
Sundowns players are proper though. Let's be honest.
Indeed.
They're actually carrying us.
There's a feel-good factor
around
about this current Bafana Bafana team and the specific tournament.
It actually benefits that they play Europe. They play Africa.
Yes,
and this is where I'm going to talk about my own team, Kaizer Chiefs. We're falling behind. We are falling behind. We are literally falling behind. We don't even have a single player there.
Can I tell you, it makes me actually sad,
It's very sad.
Witnessing what we're witnessing right now, because all I'm thinking is all those wasted years, right?
Yeah.
And when I refer to wasted years is when Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs were the dominant forces in the PSL, but did not give a damn about Africa.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the most confusing thing ever.
Yeah, and now we can see a foolproof system that if a local team does well in Africa,
we do well in the tournament. Yeah, it does translate.
The national team.
Because they're used to the conditions, every single conditions in Africa, they're used to it.
Exactly.
It's even looking like now the non-African playing nations, the non-Africa playing players.
Yeah.
Your big names, European players, your Hakimis, who's the Nigerian guy?
Osiman. He's still
there, but he's not dominating.
Yes.
So but the local players now, the Africans, your Angola players, those guys, they are doing well in this tournament.
And to speak to that, there's an interesting stat I saw, right? The top 5 ranked African teams are all out of Afcon.
Yeah, my predictions in I think 4 episodes back when I spoke about this, I said to the big guns. What big guns? They're all gone.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Big guns,
So what big guns? They're all gone.
And the beauty of what's left in the tournament for us is if we beat Cape Verde on Saturday, we'll either face Angola or Nigeria.
Yeah.
I imagine a South African-Nigeria semi-final.
No, we can beat them. Because we've got no problems with beating them because we faced them so much in the World Cup qualifiers over the years that they are no longer
the Nigeria of
the feared team when it comes to us, because we can even shock them at home. I think at one point.
Yeah, that's
true. Niger. We're not scared of Niger. Nigeria is not.
But we mustn't look too far ahead.
Yeah, and they've got problems coming their way anyway.
That's true, because Angola's looking hot. Yeah. But we must give our respect to Cape Verde, the Blue Sharks.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, man, they've been the one of the
dark
form
horses
teams. Yeah, one of the form teams, actually. Because if I'm not mistaken, they topped their group and come into the last 8 unbeaten. So, hey, those boys.
What's going to transpire is that if you've got a team unbeaten, and then I've got a team building. There's a difference there, which I always find
peaking at the right time.
The right time.
Are you referring to the other world champions?
Yeah. No, not really. But Bafana Bafana, if you give them a chance to peak at the right time, those boys with the kind of football they play. And the key to this thing in my book is the type of football they're playing. Yeah. What they are playing is a composure on the ball. So they're not rushing their passes. So they'd rather play you 0-0 first half.
They're happy with
and then pace it properly on the second half. They've got confidence in their passing game, and put it like that.
Yes.
That they know they can win games somehow. So it's like saying that, okay, no, we will play our game, but we will not fall to the pressure.
Yeah.
But when the chance comes, as you've seen with last night's game, that the confidence now is now growing. Give the number 9 again. What's his name again?
Evidence
Mahopa. Give him another chance at the same ball. Did you see that finish?
Yeah.
That was proper. That was proper. That was composed.
Yeah, but at the same time, Cape Verde is beasting too, you know?
Yeah, so...
They've been scoring goals.
Yeah.
They're not lacking in the goal department. But I've got a good feeling about Bafana Bafana because if I recall, Zambia won Afcon a few years ago, and they were far from favorites.
Yeah,
you know,
like us.
All you have to do is just make sure you give yourself a chance and get to the final, and you know what.
Anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen, you know. So I think maybe we should ask our viewers, you know, what are your guys' predictions? And should Bafana Bafana do anything differently going into the game on Saturday?
I'm just sad that I missed the game. But
don't worry, for me, you've got time. You've got time on Saturday.
Like the key thing for me is the transition from defense to midfield. If they were able to master that part for me, because their attackers are they're on another level. Their attackers are clean.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good in attack, and the left backs as well. Those boys can attack as well. True. They're proper. They're clean. Those boys, both of them.
Yeah,
and nice. And the right back is Sundowns, most nine.
Yeah.
And the left back?
I think it's from Kokune.
Kokune United?
Yeah.
Imagine. Because that guy should be playing for Kaiser Chiefs, bro. He's clean, bro. That guy's proper.
Every good player must play for Kaiser Chiefs.
Yes, you should buy cream of the crop. If Hugo Bruce can identify that, where the hell are our scouts?
Kaiser Chiefs just needs to focus on trying to make it to top 8.
Jesus Christ.
That is their target this season.
I mean, Hugo Bruce took a guy from Kukuna United, is playing him at Afcon, and the guy's beasting. He's proper, that boy. The guy on the white boots, he's proper.
Yeah,
that's
so
proper.
Look.
He's another one who's leaving.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah,
if he's not getting bought by one of the bigger PSLs.
He doesn't go to Sundowns or wherever he's going overseas. He's definitely leaving. I mean, he's clean. He's nice.
He is.
Like, because when he pushes up, he's able to do something there up front. The passes are so composed, bruh.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's a couple of international players who missed out on the squad, you know, who are looking with envy and are thinking, damn, I need to get back into the mix.
I should have been there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, for example, Lodge is probably watching and is like, yo.
He's at Sundowns at training and he's like pissed off and he's like,
yeah, so it's gonna
he's rejuvenated his football now.
True. Because I'm thinking Lodge, Sihle Mayo missed out.
Because it's gonna be a problem for Lodge now. Where does he fit in? Or for Tambazwane. He could be the next Tambazwane.
Yeah, but no, they play different positions.
Different kind of style.
You know?
Yeah.
But when you mentioned Kaiser Chiefs, Is there one player you can think of who potentially could have added value
to Bafana? I'm gonna look in the midfield. The guy we bought from Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he should be in the mix there. He's got the stamina. Du Plessis, the striker? Dupreez.
Yeah, I was about to mention him.
Dupreez,
he's been on form.
He's nice. He's nice. He's your typical second half kind of striker if you want to play evidence Mahoba, because the Pirates guy,
which one?
The one who was on form at the beginning of the season.
Lepasa
is not quite
clicking. I think ever since the injury, he hasn't
not
been the same.
Clicking as he was, so he's not quite on fire quite yet. But that's the only two I really see, because the defense from the guy who bought from Muskukuni, from the team from Bumalanga, what's this guy?
I don't follow kids.
But the problem with that guy is that maybe him as a third choice, but no one else for me coming from at this stage, because we've got a different setup there. We've got a growing setup.
Yeah.
But you see what I've noticed.
In transition.
Yeah, but you still need your height.
Look,
I'm gonna go back to you need your height. Look at the Ustole, for example, the
midfield,
the defensive mid. That guy's got height.
Yes,
he's nice. The Ntebu Mukwana is also quite tall. He's quite framey as well. So to the Chiefs, the players are buying. We're not buying that. We're buying like the Doshanas and stuff like that. We need to look for international. You need the height, Baba.
True.
True. For us, it's still I don't see
work in progress.
Imagine Kaizer Chiefs has got a different. Has got a problem producing an international.
Yeah, it just says
Keegan Dolly. He's
now.
Flopping.
Yeah, and no.
He would add value though if I don't know if he was proper.
Form, so quality will never question.
Yeah, never fade. But
this season the form has not been there.
Where is he?
And I still remember parts of last season he did get a few call-ups under Bruce. So I'm sure Bruce has an idea.
Yeah, but that guy knows football though.
Yeah.
He knows football.
And do you know what? As the South African public, and especially ones who are not avid followers of local football, we are eating humble pie.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Because this man has been cooking, and we just jump on the bandwagon when we win or when we lose, just to criticize and
criticizing something we never knew. But even credit to Rani Mukwena as well. To take Sundowns players to have them at that level, operating at that kind of level.
True.
It just says a lot about what these guys are doing.
Also it took a while also for Hugo Bruce to figure out that, look, the foundation of his team has to come from
Sundowns. No, it took them winning.
Yeah.
It took Sundowns winning African tournaments.
No, when I remember like his first few squads,
You said Tembazana was too old.
Yes. Until he realized that, look,
old players.
There's no player like Tembazana in South Africa.
Yeah. All of them.
When you bring him into the squad and you realize what he brings to the table, then
it elevates all of the guys.
And shout out for him for making that U-turn. But we must also give him props, for cooking, because this guy has won an Afcon
before Cameroon.
Yeah, so we can't now overlook that, because this man can say, I've won it all here in Africa, or when it mattered.
Yeah, he's done it before.
Yeah. So hopefully he can be a 2-time champion and have Bafana Bafana on top of Africa again.
That would be nice.
So much, because funny enough, in the tournament earlier, Samuel Eto'o was making comments about Bafana Bafana, and depending where you're sitting, you might have taken it as criticism, but he mentioned that we've got the richest league in Africa, the most well-organized league and facilities. So he doesn't understand why Bafana Bafana isn't dominating in Africa, And some people, now that we beat Morocco, were trying to take shots at him. And it's like, no, guys. He was just stating facts that...
It's a fact.
With all these things that you already have as a foundation, it's not translating to success and dominance on the African continent.
I think it's also coming from the point that Sundowns are actually now at the top.
Yes.
Yeah, actually more or less on the top every season.
True.
Yeah. And you see the problem with that, it's a good statement, Sihle, and the problem with what you just said is that now our previous giants are still adopting the old strategy.
Indeed.
Of saying Africa's too expensive. We always lose there anyway. So they have no ambitions to win. They have no ambitions to play in Africa. Hence our football now is looking like a one-band kind of system. Where it sucks now. It's starting to suck for the other people, for us as Kaizer Chiefs fans, is that the formula is working, Baba.
Yes.
It's working.
And obviously the players who are now exposed and experienced in Africa are going to come back and shine in the PSL because they now come back from a well-rounded environment.
The PSL is beneath them. Look at this stage.
Because if
they will always win it.
Yeah, in front of 50,000 people.
They will always win it because for them it's nothing. PSL is nothing.
Yeah, what are you gonna tell me about playing in Gqeberha? No,
see, this is the approach this approach which needs to change. We need Paris there in Africa competing hard.
We need Chiefs.
We need Chiefs competing hard. We need Supersport competing hard. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need them playing even if they're in the Europa League, African Europa League,
the Champions Cup,
Pacific Shield, whatever they call it.
The Conference Cup.
Conference Cup.
Yeah.
Even if they're there, they put all the effort there to say, okay, this is a nice experience.
Yeah.
Okay, it's expensive for us because for other teams, these minor teams, they have to take many flights. They don't have chartered planes.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But if there was support now from the Premier League to say, okay, if you qualify for Africa, SAFA comes in, at least your flights, a direct flight is chartered.
Yes.
SA fare, guys. Can reach Africa at least
100%.
Yeah, can reach. So
there
at least that we try.
That can be had.
Yes, to try and build. To say okay,
South African football.
Yeah, I say okay. This is the difference between SA cricket and SA rugby and SA thingy football because a SAFA equivalent will subsidize the team.
Yes.
So a path to reward the team would be saying, okay, no, we're not gonna give you money.
Yeah.
But we'll book the flights for you to fly to Africa for your African games.
Yes, let's make life easy.
Yeah, we will assist you in the hotels.
Yes.
Do you understand? So we will facilitate a comfortable experience for the players so that at least you guys perform well in this competition.
Yes.
What is our benefit of that? Bafana Bafana.
100%.
Bafana Bafana.
And for me, in the greater scheme of things, right, the stronger your national team is, right, the easier it is to export talent.
Yes, and because you need to players playing in Europe now, superstars and
exporting talent, the clubs are making money, the owners are happy. So for me, it seems like historically, the executive in the PSL and SAFA have always been short-sighted.
They are, because if you look at Kevin Hunt, he used to say the same thing, that when he was at Chiefs, to play in Africa was not a problem.
Yeah.
Because we'd fly from here to Egypt, for example.
Yes.
On a chartered flight.
Yeah.
Get there, play the game, relax, and so on, come back.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a Supersport or at Vets, where he was, they need to first go to Dubai.
Imagine.
Land in Dubai and then come back to and then come back to Egypt. Well, obviously, when you get to the players are tired most. I mean, for those of you who've flown in planes, you can't tell me that those hours are nice sitting there. For me, it's always
true. And you know the boys are flying economy, so
they're uncomfortable as well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to put in more investment into the football to say, okay, the women team is performing very well. The men's team is performing very well to even reach the stage from where we were. It's still a good result.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that how about we put in more strategic investment? This is where we need.
And I always say seriously.
Yes, and I always say to you that
we'll get to these stages
if you look at it this way, that sport needs the qualified people. Not the sports scientists or the sport managers. No.
Yeah.
You need the advanced actuaries and so on. So people who are going to look at a generation and say, okay, if you do 1, 2, and 3,
yes,
we think by 2025 you guys could be semi-final World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The vision is, so according to our calculations, this player could be the next superstar, for example. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you guys groom this, it's called actual. That's what they do, most actual scientists, guys. So we need to approach it that way to say, okay, what is the goal? That's what Motsipe is.
Yeah.
If you notice from Motsipe, Mutsipe is there for African football, though, but not for South African football. Mutsipe said, okay, guys.
I've done as much as I can in South African football.
Let me move on.
Yeah.
And always has this, when we hear it, he always has this comment that Africa must win the World Cup at some point. Ne?
Indeed.
Which is fine. An African nation must win the World Cup.
Yes.
The difference between Mutsipe and the other guys is that Mutsipe has sat down with someone, this actual scientist I'm talking about, these advanced people.
Yeah.
In different fields.
To say for us to achieve that,
we need to do one. Africa needs to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's not a freestyle. What's going on there?
True.
That's why it's pushing for African clubs to win the Club World Cup, for example.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because
that's
the moment you start doing that, it steps towards winning the World Cup.
Yes,
we can't just rock up and
then World Cup. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's even saying, okay, prize money, Africa is solid. Yeah. It's in US dollars. Do you understand what I'm saying? The sponsors are coming in, but remember that's got like a whole ripple effect. Yes, because what he does is, if he says, okay, CAF is paying the winner of the local tournament $4 million because Afcon is $7 million.
Yes.
So he's gonna say, okay, for not $4 million, I'm guaranteeing the person is guaranteed at $4 million. So if you want now to sponsor this tournament, as a minimum, it's $1 million.
Yeah.
Or as a minimum, the broadcasting rights for this tournament, such a high price amount of money, is $1 million minimum. Yeah. For you to get these rights. That's growing the game.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying.
Putting money into the game.
That means that, okay, when Sundowns going to whoever wins the whatever tournaments we have here in Africa, because remember they've expanded, FIFA has expanded most.
Yes.
The FIFA Club World Cup has expanded teams. You know?
Yes, it has.
So when they go there and they do semi-final, these players going there, at semi-final level, you play against the Champions League winner, I think. You're already there, yeah.
Yes.
They're Champions League winning team.
Yes.
If they do well, they just lose by 1-0 or they win by 2-1 or whatever.
It's progress.
That's growth.
That's true. And when you're talking growth, I now think of how many times South Africa had to be the default host for Afcon because teams or countries would win the rights to Afcon. And 8 months before the tournament, they declare that they cannot host, So with CAF being revolutionized like this, I hope that those days are behind us. All the teams hosting are now going to, all the countries hosting are now going to follow through.
To be able to do the tournaments. And the key to this thing is that our football, okay, in my case, the team, how old is our chairman of the football team?
In his 80s?
I don't know how old. Came down maybe in his 80s.
Yeah.
Evan Koza, Dr. Evan Koza at his 80s as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we look at.
Not late 70s for Kaiser.
Yeah, somewhere there, but they are past 80s. Retirement age.
Yeah.
And this is where the difference is between us and European football.
Yes.
Because remember, at Madrid, for example, the directorship chair is a floating one.
Yeah.
Either you voted in, so Perez can be voted out, another guy comes in for 4 years, whatever. So he's coming in with keeping the club afloat.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With us, you've got this dominant matriarchs of in football that they don't retire. It's a bit of a mess because a clear example has been shown in terms of what we call transitioning the success of a team.
Yeah.
I'll make an example about my team, the family team. Bob has got his own views.
Yes, that's true.
Kaiser's got his own views.
That's true.
But if you look at the two views, and just from an observation perspective, there's a bit of a progressive angle on the younger one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We see something there which is for the long term. That, okay, this guy's going to innovate the team. You understand what I'm saying? This one, you see him maintaining the old guard. Because he's the older brother, he learned from his father, so he's maintaining what they have, basically.
Yes.
But as a franchise, as any institution, such as because what I'm talking about, the non-retiring age gap is transitioning to SAFA.
Yes.
Because the same people who are sitting at the top of the clubs, they are the NEC look for the SAFA. Do you know what I'm saying? So because you've got lots of Jessicas there, which are there to push the innovation, but she's restricted because she can't be pushing. There are people above her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
But in order for our football, I'm not going to say we need to adopt the Matsipe strategy, but we need to adopt the Matsipe way of thinking of the football. That, not as the case of Chiefs, I want to win the Club World Cup one day.
I'm
just putting it out there. Because if you're not going to be thinking like that, you're not gonna go anywhere.
True, and your goals and targets are always going to be or have a ceiling.
Yeah, have a ceiling, which is in football, you've got an infinite lifetime to do the same thing over and over. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's infinite. Football will always be here after you.
Yeah.
So when you move on, when you go, when it's your time, when the Lord calls you, you leave the football here.
That's true.
Regardless of who you are, how rich you are,
yeah,
the club will always be there.
Yeah.
Sorry, it becomes a little bit risky now in our current structure of the PSL, because the way things are operating, one of our teams can die.
Yeah.
If vets can die,
and all it takes is someone with enough money.
Yeah. So
that's the sad reality.
Yeah.
That's the sad
I agree. It happened before that. Sundowns has closed the league because someone came in with money and vision and just said, Pirates, Chiefs, you are nothing.
This. Yeah, I'm going to structure it
properly. You are nothing because now, how many years since we won the league? 20 years? Something like that? Pirates, when last did another team win the league?
Yeah,
so
I think they're going for the 7 years in a row now.
Yeah, remember when before he came in, he was like, okay, it was like a dominating. The formula was working. Yes. Unfortunately, anymore that formula has ceased to exist.
Indeed.
So the chances of Kaizer Chiefs or Pirates winning the league, getting past Sundowns, have ceased to exist. It does not exist anymore.
True, and someone once made a comment to say that Sundowns is buying the same players in the PSL that Pirates and Chiefs have access to.
Of course.
The only difference between them and those two teams is that when they go to Sundowns, they improve. And they fall into a system that is already dominating.
Yeah.
The Sundowns, yes, does buy the occasional South American, but majority of their players are from the PSL.
They take from
all the
within us.
Yeah.
So they're able to produce a product from within. The formula that you take, so they're showing us the formula that I'll take the best players from you guys. Because at the end of the day, you guys have let go, you don't have the power to defend me taking your best players.
Or you haven't surrounded this player with enough quality.
To be able to see. So you can't you can't do the same. They can't do the same, and it's vision, planning, everything is there.
Indeed, because if you're the star player at Chiefs and Chiefs surrounds you with other star players, when Sundowns comes knocking, you're gonna think twice because you're gonna look in that change room and say, "Look, I've got international players here.
Yeah,
maybe the money that side may be more, but in terms of quality." If I've got quality this side, it makes your decision that much harder.
Maras Kukune, this guy, this left back, for example.
He's gone.
Hugo Bruce, how the hell did he identify that guy with all the scouts at Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, for example? The best left back in the country. So composed in the ball. From Kukuna United, where the hell were... Even Real AM is going to play in the Bafana Bafana setup, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
But there are some... So this just proves that the gems are there.
Yeah.
We're not scouting deep enough to be able to sustain.
We gotta ask these questions.
Yeah, because the gems are there. We do have quality. There's quality there, bruh. We just have to be able to find it, which means that the scouting department's not as effective as they used to be back in the 90s.
Yeah, because right now someone has a hot game against a big team. Lo and behold, they're getting signed.
Yeah, I mean,
that was their only peak in that whole season.
Yeah. Now they come there and flop there.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So it is what it is. We can go on this debate the whole night.
Indeed,
because it's a state of our football.
And
Africa sees us as this superpower, basically.
Yeah.
And sometimes we are lacking because if you can fill up FNB Stadium,
we lacking the recognition and titles
to be able to say, okay, let's take this into the next level because let's use our resources. If Motsipe is doing it in the PSL, why don't you go do it in the other leagues? Yeah. The Angolan players and the other players, and then have 5 foreign players from within Africa, though. But you're pushing a DRC. You're doing what Sundowns is doing,
literally.
But on a different scale, because you see that I can't win it here.
Got a billionaire's budget, but you guys
But
have
I've got
corporates behind you.
so I've got the other budget, but my budget is good enough in Lesotho. It's good enough in Mozambique. It's good enough in Namibia. It's good enough in TRC, Botswana, those kind of countries.
Because
let me go dominate. Let me go take the cream of the crop. There.
Exactly. There was a time Kaizer Chiefs was just raiding Zimbabwe off the top players.
Top players.
Like,
I mean,
guys. You guys could do that in one country, surely.
You can raid Namibia, you can raid Botswana, you can raid Kenya. All of Africa is an open net, basically. That's what I'm saying.
And
but
not a lot of players will say no to coming down to
Of course, it just need to have the scouts. They don't have scouts. That's just And someone will say that Sundowns have got scouts in South America. Yeah, yes, they do. But how the fuck did they get the scouts in South America in the first place?
Yeah.
They had to put them there, isn't it? Yes. There's a player factory coming from South America for Sundowns. Yes, there is.
How do they find them?
Yes.
Because what then Kaizer Chiefs does is when Sundowns doesn't want the South American players,
they buy it.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do any work.
No.
They don't want to do any work.
Kerumali is hot and hungry, Yeah. So we must also check with our viewers. What can Chiefs and Pirates do differently to try and catch up with Sundowns?
Yeah, what can the
This
rest
is
do?
from a scouting perspective.
Yeah, I don't know, because even Nomam Keys have got the bag most.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with the non-payment of players and so on, that drama.
Yeah, that's a
but
story for
that's another what talent pool we could be pulling from. You see what I'm saying? So, but we need to take it seriously, football, and see it 20 years from now.
Yeah, because a competitive PSL with quality players in our top teams
results
just gives the national coach a bigger pool to choose from.
Yes.
And I just imagine how it would feel to be that spoiled, to have Sundowns type of quality in 3 different teams.
Imagine and
let me say quality and experience.
Yeah.
Because sometimes teams can have quality but not that experience.
And the weird thing is that we're no longer producing players from like
Your
the
youth
other
development.
no, even other here in the other provinces. I mean, Eastern Cape was like a talent pool. Your Tabongo, many were coming from there. There is a talent pool in Eastern Cape, for example.
Yes.
There's a talent pool in Western Cape.
Yeah.
There's a talent pool in Northern Cape.
Yeah.
There are those hidden gems there, but I feel like we based Kaizer Chiefs are only playing local players who can actually get to Joburg for trials. They don't go look for them out there. Because they're supposed to be conducting trials in this entire province, in this entire country.
True, and like tens and thousands of hopefuls will rock up if these teams just set up
Just
camp
said
for 1
Kaizer
week.
Chiefs coming for 1 week trials. They will come from all over the province to come to those trials.
Yeah.
Pirates is doing trials. We've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
That okay, just announce it on the radio, guys. We're doing trials for young ones, these young players, high schoolers. This under can even split it per age group, most under 12, under whatever.
They've got a system, but for me,
It's
it
too
would be
locally
nice.
based, depending on agents who are close to.
Yeah.
So you know someone who knows someone. Then I'm a football agent, but I know.
And it's unfortunate.
Then I have to go look for a player in Eastern Cape, and then you trust me that I can get the quality player. You've not seen it for yourself. Kandi, if there was like a proper structured scouting thing in place, then obviously you would unearth the sleeping gems, like the sleeping gems, the talent you don't see on TV. Yeah.
And players like that are players you find once in a generation.
Yeah.
And
it was from Bushbucks, that one. It was from
Think
Bushbucks.
about that.
Because Bushbucks was based in Namtata. So he trialed there and ended up at Orlando Pirates.
Look at
How often do you hear those stories these days? They're rare.
Rare,
They're very rare, those
Rare,
stories. They're no longer there
very
because there's no Eastern Cape team based in Mtata. There's no team in East London. Only team is in PE, Cheaper United.
It's cheap and
Yeah, and they don't scout. They don't go scouting. They don't even organize Cheaper United scouting sessions or a tournament in rural Transkei, for example. There are many players there.
just waiting for an opportunity.
In Northern Cape, Western Cape, if you can go there, you can find this talent and then inject it into this Joburg system you are at. Grow them. Internationals are there. You can't expect me, don't tell me every single player is going to come from the vicinity you guys are based at. So you're going to get from Soweto or whatever, Limpopo, North, and then go deeper into the country to find those. They should be having a station there already.
Yes.
Every team should be having a station in every province. So say, okay, I've got a scout there who attends every single high school game looking for that player.
And that's it.
Yeah, because if we were so good in scouting, we wouldn't have varsity soccer, for example. Because all the players would have been taking the cream of the crop.
And you know, when you mentioned that, I am waiting for our Andre Pollard story in soccer.
In soccer.
You know, who goes from high school, plays varsity soccer, plays PSL, goes on to become a Bafana international, and then goes on to be a European-based player.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get that in the next coming years. But it would be nice to have that example right now.
Yeah, that's the future. We'll have to look at it because remember, there's this so-called formula. Our under 19 or under 17 team or whatever, they were beat 5-0 in the semi-final in the last Afcon tournament. The junior ones, they lost 5-0 in the tournament or quarterfinals, or they eliminated.
Like I mentioned a few episodes ago, right? I think this is now related to cricket, right? Yeah. That our junior teams need to start winning tournaments.
Yes.
You can't expect to create winners in adulthood.
You can't.
Yeah.
That's the crux of the issue, guys. I think you guys, if you guys enjoy this content, I know we've got quite a number of supporters who have actually been commenting down below. Guys, if you guys have your opinions, please feel free to share it with us on the comment section.
Yeah.
Like the video, guys. Give us a subscribe, guys, if you're not subscribed. But yeah, man, we are more of the weekend guys, sports gentlemen. So we watch the sports on the weekend, and then we give you guys our own views on what you're seeing. So our views are not
professional views.
Yeah, and what is it? What is it again? It's
unprepared.
No, when a boxer is undefeated, what do they call it? Anyway, whatever views. So we give you guys unrestricted views, unrestricted views of our opinions. But if you guys like this content, feel free to engage us on the future of our football, because this is the thing we're always talking about. This is the example I always make, Sihle, is that the tournament, the Afcon will end tomorrow. What happens after that? How do we plan for the next Afcon, the World Cup, the Club World Cup, the African tournament? So that's what I'm saying. How do we grow our football to say, okay, we want to win the Club World Cup. We want to be in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because every single nation has to evolve in football. Everything changes. It has to evolve. But if you guys agree with us and you don't agree with us, give us your like, subscribe, comment down below, engage us. We always engage back, comment back to your guys' comments. But on that note,
cheers.
Cheers, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.